けど、そのうちグリードと巡り合うだろうと思って放置していたんだ。フンヌの彼女ともあまり仲が良くないんだ。ほら、僕って彼女よりも胸があるじゃない？それが気に入らないみたいなんだよ。
So I will say this. I think this episode of Berserk of Gluttony was one of the better episodes of the season so far. I think the introduction of a new character in Lust, or in the deadly sin of Lust, was really well done. I think the contextual relationship between Fate and between this new what do they call them? Sword maker, some kind of artisan. There's a specific word and it's going to come to me. But his relationship with this person who's going to make him his armor and who's going to basically be like his exclusive blacksmith. That's the word I was looking for, blacksmith. And it just went... but his exclusive blacksmith who's giving him really good stuff at a really discounted price, even though he did have to cough up some coffers a little bit, but he did get a really good, genuine outfit that's going to do swell to go and, up this guy's business. Two-way relationship. I think that was really good. I think learning more about Roxy's position in this city is really, really good as well, too. And then contextually learning the plan of Roxy's demise and death coming over the hill is a really good thing as well, too. Alongside all the different banter that happened between Fate and between Greed, and then that happened between Fate and Roxy, him finally meeting Roxy with his little mask and stuff, introducing himself as Corpse. The back and forth he had between, I think her name's Mia, whoever the mouthy girl on Roxy's team is. And then the funniest moment of the episode is when Roxy tells him, like, your appearance, this whole look you have, like, I don't know, man, you need to go take care of it. And it just, like, it really resonated and kind of like hurting his inner soul. Like, he ran away like a little girl. All of those moments were really, really fun and funny this episode, and I really do appreciate that. So all in all, in a package, I really think that episode 9 had the most going on, not only from a storytelling perspective, but contextually around like the world, or like, the world that surrounds Fate, moving forward into another deadly sin, moving forward into the plan and kind of the next thing that Fate needs to overcome, and being the imminent, plan of death of Roxy. Learning the why behind her death really matters, and learning what the plan is, like, just in a package. I think episode number 9 or 8 or whatever it is, or number 9, really, really did well. Now, my one worry about all of this, right, is right now we're on episode 9. So we have 10, 11, and 12, and there's no way that we wrap up this big story that they have kind of like posed to us here. Like, there's just absolutely, no way that we see any of this. And in searching the internet, there's no word or anything about like a potential season 2, or nothing of that in any way, shape, or form. So there's no season 2 potential. The best case scenario here is, if you really enjoy it, you do exactly what the anime industry wants you to do, and you go read the rest of the chapters within the manga. Outside of that, though, like, my one worry is that we don't get to the things that's building up. We don't learn about more of the different deadly sins. We don't get another one introduced to us. We might be left on a cliffhanger with Roxy's death or not death. There's a chance that the door is just left way too wide open. And when it comes to these one-season hitter-quitters, it's always a preference of mine that the door is left with a peak, like peeking open, but that we do have kind of a, in case this doesn't get another follow-up season, in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, then there's at least some semblance of like, oh, well, okay, they left it open a little bit, but for the most part, we kind of closed this branch of the story off. So my hope for what we get here as we move into the last 3 episodes is that we at least get this, okay, well, they posed a big thing, right? There's 2 things. Well, there's 3, I guess. Lust, big egg cocoons that are, around the world, and then Roxy's death. My one hope is that this Roxy's death arc is that we at least put a pin in that, and that he saves her, or maybe she still dies. Whatever ends up happening, my hope is that we kind of close that chapter, but then we leave it open to where, like, oh, well, the cocoons are that's the big thing plaguing the earth, and then him meeting the other deadly sins, that's the other, plight or potential plague on the earth. Like, leave it open for the last two, but let's at least put a pin in one of them, and I think I'd be pretty satisfied with how this ends. And I think overall this episode being much better than the last episode gives me faith that, or fate, gives me some faith that we might actually see that. So anyways, crossing fingers and toes that's how we get. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Lust. Let me know what you think about his new gear. Let me know what you think about him finally meeting Roxy in this form and her not catching on. Obviously her not catching on is based on his mask and the magic that misconstrues his appearance to others. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comments below. And my friends, I will see you guys next week for the first of the final 3 episodes. All right. Peace out, my friends.